Hey folks, fWhip here, and welcome back to the Minecraft survival world. Today we're working on the city some more, and I've realized something. Last episode, as we came up with the plan for the upper city section, and the first thing that I wanted to do up there was actually getting some librarian villagers sorted, and we're running into a little bit of an issue with that is because I really wanted to try and get some mending books today. Mending would be so awesome to have so that we no longer have to worry about our tools breaking. However, yes, this axe is fortune on it, I swear, we are running into a little bit of an issue here of we need some way to generate emeralds. And I thought a good way to generate emeralds, at least to get ourselves started as a temporary fix and something that... Dude, where are my composters? I'm so confused. There were composters there. What happened to that? Moving on, I'll fix that later. What? How would those even disappear? I'm so confused. Enderbutt, was that you? Was that your friends? Did your friends steal my composters? Rude. Moving on, emerald generation, right? That's what we're talking about. Well, today I wanted to build up a sugarcane farm. That's going to be something that we can trade with our librarian villagers and all of that good stuff so we can keep producing and get a lot of paper to make a bunch of books so that we can actually make those trades as well. And it's just kind of a passive thing. My end emerald generation system that I want to build is going to be an iron farm because I think that's very steampunky and technical. And I think it'd be so much more fun to have a giant iron farm that we can just use to trade for emeralds and be the economy behind our city. But today, if the cows will let me out of the pen, I need to... Please, no, I just need to jump. Come on, cows. Yes, there we go. All right, look at me, parkour professional. But as I mentioned, today we're going to be working in the industrial section to get ourselves started before we start moving some villagers from all the way down there in that tunnel to up inside of the city. We're going to have to figure out a cool way to get them up there. I was thinking a minecart track maybe popping out right there, just looping its way around and popping them off up into the city so that they can live their happy days up there in an area where zombies can still spawn. But as we're going over to the industrial district area to work on that stuff, one thing that I think I still need a lot of, and I don't think I have too much, I fell down that, is clay. I want to use a lot of bricks because I'm really loving the industrial vibe that we're going for with the brick, the jungle woods, as well as the light gray concrete and all of the stones and everything. I just think it's really cool with the blackstone and all that stuff too. What's their brick count at? Not good. And I don't think I have any separate clay. Back over in the storage room now where I've gathered up a bunch of clay, turned it all into bricks like crazy over here. And I'm so very excited. How many are we going to be able to get out of this? I'm hoping it's a good amount. Gathered up an entire inventory full of the stuff, and oh, we can actually build something today. That should be more than enough for what I'm hoping to do here today. As I mentioned, I want to do a sugarcane farm. These things are rather big, but they're very hollow on the inside as we got to leave a bunch of space for the sugarcane to be able to grow. And I, my friends, think it's a great opportunity for me to keep the grind going, keep it rocking here, but it is time for you all to jump into good old-fashioned time-lapse mode and build up the sugarcane factory. And there we go, my friends. It is all done. Oh, I'm loving this thing. We've still got the interior to flush out on this whole guy, but I love the white structure back there with the concrete. We got the white concrete powder, the wool, the diorite, and it's looking so good. I think I want to mix up that area, add a little bit more grime into it. It's kind of a big splotch of the white concrete. However, we can head on inside because we've got a sugarcane farm to build. And back in here, I wanted to first and foremost get a flying machine built up in here, which we did in the last episode. If y'all remember, we did one of these guys over there. So we're gonna make sure this guy's flying at this layer. We're not gonna be including the glass down below because we want the one layer of sugarcane so it can keep on growing. That being said, my silk touch axe over here is a very broken and almost completely gone. So we gotta be very careful with what we're doing, and I forgot to craft the sticky pistons. Be right back. One of the most important parts of a flying machine. Kinda hard to forget these guys over there. Yeah, probably gonna need them. And there we go. What we need to do is throw sticky piston number 1 right there and sticky piston number 2 right over here. And we need to have observers sit in on top of these 2 slime blocks there, not on top of the sticky pistons like we did last time. And after that, we've actually got to have observer right here. And then we're going to be skirting so close to the door frame on this one here. It's actually, I'm going to put some torches down here because otherwise we're going to have some issues with some mobs. And we need to put a full block there of just anything you want. And we do redstone repeater right there, set to 1 tick. And then finally, I left my redstone dust. Back I go again. All I needed was 2 redstone dust. And by the way, we found another little parrot dude. He's chilling down here on the dock. I would love to have a bunch of parrots just sitting out here, like just wild seagulls of sorts. Maybe we get all the blue ones, or what color should we get? Let me know. But back into here, into our safety box, where mobs can definitely spawn in the middle, we have this guy right there. And then we need our redstone dust as well as our trapdoors. We can do bam, and we can do a bam right into there. And then we take these observers, place them like this. Not good, not good, not good, not good. We're gonna wait on that one, we'll place it in last. This machine should now be going back and forth as soon as we get rid of these cobblestones, and then place the observer right up here. And there it's going. And how do I get underneath? I'm just going down. Now I need to stop it. That's probably something we want to do from that side. So we'll wait for him to go by us here one more time. It's kind of spooky down here. Okay, filling that all in, and then we run this way. And how do I get out of here? The zombie's in our house. Okay. If we do this, should power it. Nope, that's a full-on clock. We do not want a full-on clock. There we go. Now he's gonna stop. Hi, how you doing, zombie? Can I have that torch back? Yeah, there we go, perfect. We got a brand new sunshiny day, and I love this new building. I'm kind of bummed how much I had to extend the docks out, but it's really, really cool looking. I love this thing. Oh, it's gonna be so fun to build this area up. We're gonna have another, probably smaller building right in here. We'll have another skinny, long one right over in here doing something, and then maybe one right over there, and we can have a big guy right back in here. I want this whole cliff to be filled with buildings that look like they're kind of merging on top of each other. It's gonna be so fun. We can start coming up with a method to the madness for being able to get a bunch of sugarcane inside of this area. Using all of the slabs we could ever need, and I think I'm gonna dip down here and grab an extra bucket of water for ourselves because we're gonna have to do this quite a lot, is we need to go ahead and do one right there, which allows us to place in that point, and that point. And then if we come over to here, we can go ahead and include another one of these guys right like this and do it here, which goes there, 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 and there. And if we follow this as a pattern going all the way around, we can get to this point right here where we throw another one, and then we have 3 of these little box ones occupied. Those 2 are occupied, that one's occupied, this is occupied, and then the last one that we need is actually going to be this guy right over here with that little bit right in there, and then we replace the dirt. Right like that. So you can see this whole pattern in here where we get the full box, and then we can tile that this way, so it's going to be this point as well as this point, and you kind of keep working these going across. So that'd be another here. Been working very hard over on the new sugarcane farm in the industrial area, and I forgot to point this guy out. So unfortunately, we lost turtle boat number 2. You might have remembered turtle boat. I thought I heard something. Oh, it's right there. I did hear something. We didn't lose polar boat. Thank you. And we didn't lose that stupid guy. Oh, and he's off the box. He's off the box. I thought I heard some footsteps, and I did. They're here to haunt me. Well, as I was gonna say, we now have a new friend, the polar boat. That's pretty cool, right? Yep, we got him. He's pretty sweet. Yeah, he's really cool. Love him. He's great. Really gonna show him off a lot more often there. Moving on. We're now back inside of the greenhouse where I've been working my butt off. It's looking really cool in here. Our industrial greenhouse, warehouse, something or another. And the next thing I want to do, as the flying machine only occupies these, like this block and down, we can actually take some chains right over here. And I was thinking we could go in 2 blocks, place this guy, lantern, and then we do the same on this side for every single one of these beams that we have. There's another parrot. I don't have seeds on me, but we get another friend. And that should be a safe distance to be able to light up the area down below as well as be able to be above the flying machine is my hope. That's a really pretty blue parrot all the way up there. Oh, we're gonna get so many friends down here. I'm so excited. They're probably gonna be blown up by creepers. It'll be great. Here is the real test. It looks like we're able to barely slide these in. Oh, that's gonna be awesome. You probably already noticed it by now, but I was able to get all of the grass down here with their little pots of water inside of it, and it's gonna be really cool. I decided to bring it all the way back to the edge because I don't think it'll mess with the flying machine at all, since sugarcane is not a movable block. But now if we did this correctly, I should be able to put one sugarcane on every single block of quartz dirt or grass blocks down here. But now if we were to say do this right here, the flying machine is going to go all the way over, and finally it's peace and quiet. It's far enough away. No zombies in here. Okay, we're good. And it's going to come all the way back here, and if we put another redstone power into this line, it'll stop it from going back, and all of our lanterns above with the chains and everything are safe in there too. This is really starting to feel like a cool greenhouse. The reason why I ended up putting slabs underneath all of those is because we've got to figure out how we can run hopper minecarts underneath this entire area. So if we come down here, we will need to clear out everything below this layer of dirt, and we'll see the water sources in there too. And then I've got to figure out how we can get some hoppers in here. What we're going to be using down here is a few hopper minecart loader unloader systems, which are going to be working out super well for us. So we can start off by making a little bit of a line right throughout here. And if we do that guy, we'll be sending him all the way down with minecart back here and back that way. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we have another 4 right over here, which would be kind of annoying to have one that's collecting a little bit more than the others, but it should be okay. I think we're doing a little bit of overkill for this as is anyways. Now for another super easy redstone system that even I can understand is we need to throw, for now, we're going to throw a double chest right here with a hopper pointing into it. Then we want to take one of these little comparator dudes, which basically this guy's saying is if anything changes inside of this hopper, so if any items are put inside of the hopper, we're going to send a signal out of it. That signal is going to come back here where it's going to be going into this redstone torch. If you don't know how this stuff works, basically that torch is on right now, but then once this activates, it's going to turn the torch off. You saw it flash off there for a brief moment. Then using some magical redstone prowess is when that thing is powered, it powers this, right? And then what we can do here is, since that block is powered, it is now powering this repeater, which then that repeater is powering this block right here. And then on top of that, to finish this little system off, is we can throw that guy right on there with being the powered rail. So the minecart's going to come down. If there's anything inside of it, say it starts to be unloaded like the iron there, you can see that that's going to turn off. As soon as this iron is removed, it's going to turn back on and send the minecart off that way. So basically these minecarts are constantly going to be moving as long as there are items out here that need to be picked up, and then they'll stop whenever they're unloading the things down here. Now crawling back down up here, what we need to do from this point is just lay down a bunch of these tracks for ourselves. What I found works out best for me is if we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we're gonna bring, I think we can actually go to 9 right to there, and then we break this guy, put in a block of redstone, and we do another powered rail, keeping that consistent going all the way throughout here. And then at this corner point, so we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. We'll bring it right back in here. Finally finishing it off with a block of redstone right here with a powered rail going into the wall. So it's going to see the cobblestone and just send its way back down here. Before we build the other ones, let's test the system out as we slowly crawl all the way down here. Still not there yet. Oh, we're getting there. And made it. Testing this guy out here with our minecart, and a hopper makes it a little bit heavier, so it should be able to carry itself all the way down there, flying all the way. And looks like it is. Very nice. That's gonna be coming all the way back here. There we have number 1, and we have number 2, and that should be everything for the sugarcane farm. If we want to leave it as is, that would be able to function. I hooked up a lever up here so that we could simply just come up here and flip this guy, sending him off. He'll be doing his thing. And for the final bit of technical stuff for today is I ended up moving the wire up here just a bit so it wasn't there. We got this weird redstone line coming all the way around here. I don't really know how I'm gonna decorate the interior of this yet. If you have any ideas, be sure to let me know. I want to make it look like a machine is in here. Some sort of machine that would be used to harvest all this stuff and all the gadgets and gizmos, and having redstone wires kind of weirdly going around everywhere. But anyways, lever's right here for now. We sent an extra redstone line all the way down here, and if we power this block the same way that this thing, when the comparator was turning on when items were inside of here, that was unpowering the torch. So if we power the block from the side, that'll actually work as well. So what this does is I've hooked it up on all 3 of them. We can come up here and turn it off with the lever, and you'll see all of the minecarts are headed off together, so everything is now linked up. When we have the flying machine on, the minecarts are also on, and that is perfect. Now that we have the sugarcane farm finished up and ready to go, we've just got to wait for that sugarcane to come in, so we've got to stay busy for a few here. I don't think we're unfortunately going to have time to build the entire library inside of the Steampunk City on the Cliff, but I've got a plan instead. First and foremost, I want to head on into the Adventurers Club and update our map over here. I think we're going to need this guy as well as that one right there. Yep, it looks like we're starting to see a little bit of it. The city is really growing a lot. It's cool seeing all of these different shapes coming in there. Placing that one back in, it looks like quite a few little pixels have changed there. Not too much to be honest, but this one, this is what I am excited about. What are we gonna see over here if we head off all the way into this direction? Being underwater is kind of screwing it up, but the dolphin's gonna help give us a boost all the way over here. And there we go. It looks like we've got some green and lime green bumblebees rocking over here on top of our dock. Nice. I'll take it. Oh, you can even see the updating of the pixels as the slime block flying machine moves by. I never knew that before. That's so cool to see right there. Throwing this guy back on the wall, we can now see everything, and that entire dock region is about the size of everything that we've been building over here, so that's a little insane. I can't wait to have more things out in this ocean. I'm really kind of bummed that the scale of this map and how far the Flower Forest Village is way off in that direction. We can't see them on here. Maybe that means we'll need to build an entire ocean map here soon in the future, but we've got to run over to the Flower Forest for the next little update for y'all. Man, the Nether really does make it so much faster in order to get all the way over here. And yes, a few episodes ago, one of our bees was blown up by the creeper explosion, but I've been breeding them up quite a bit. As you can see, we've got a lot of beehives over here going all the way throughout. I'm actually going to get a few more of these lovely rose bushes over here and see if we can't breed the bees up one more time. I really want to try and fill them all the way out here. You can see I also added in another random minecart moving from all the way down here where I want to build that into a storage room, kind of turn this into a stream project, but it heads all the way up to the top of the hill. And oh my gosh, there's so many bees. And it's a baby bee. Have some flowers, buddy. Hi, baby bee. Baby bee, 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 baby bee. Look at this, we have a whole swarm of bees now. I think we have 7 of them. Oh, they're so cute. Now for the final big change that's coming all the way up here, and we're gonna be looking at the bands, where I actually changed them all out to acacia trapdoors. A lot of y'all said that the birch trapdoors, as much as I was thinking as well, were they're a little too bright. So I brought in the orange of the acacia trapdoor to bring in with the rest of the structure, and I love this. I think I'm gonna be using this more throughout the rest of the places too. I love how you can see through them. It's not just that thick birch trapdoor that we have over there. I've got a few things here together to hopefully do some beginning villager trading with a librarian, and I want to see how many emeralds we have. We've got 33, which might be enough to score us our first mending book, which would be great. We're not in trading hours right now, so let's go ahead and sleep real fast. And then headed on over to grab the monorail. It looks like it's coming by right now, and we can just quickly take this right over here, and we've got to get down to where all of the villagers are being stored. And there they are, our liquid of villagers. Whew, this is going to be rough getting them all the way out here. Well, we've got to clear some space down below them first, so let's make this place look even worse for now, and it's going to be awesome. Now, I might need to replace that all with glass, which could cause a lot of problems for us, but we're going to test this out here first, where we need this guy down here, which is actually going to be loaded with all of our minecarts. Then we put a button on the side of him, taking a few blocks so that we know not to break those, and then bringing in some powered rails right there, and then we bring in some regular rails right up this way. It looks like it is still going through that point, and then we can do this coming up here again, and we're gonna take them all off to this direction right here where they're just gonna end at that point for now. We'll figure that out later. I want to test this and make sure it actually works. And it does! We've got our villager out! Look at that! He's right there! Hi buddy, how you doing? Are you ready to give me a mending book? You look like you're ready to give me a mending book. Thank you so very much for being so cooperative right now. And I'm sure I won't hate you in 2 minutes. Right? He nodded. We're good. Let's go. So I think our best option for running the city and making sure that we can supply villagers up there and give them the professions that we want as we move them inside of the city, we should have a small section similar to how we did in the hardcore world, where say this guy comes all the way over here, we have a workstation waiting for him right here to give us a mending book and curse advantaging. Not quite mending. I think we can break that. Yep. And round 2, bookshelves. Closer, closer, better than Curse of Vanishing. So the idea is that we sit here and roll this as many times as we need until we get the trade that we want. Looting 2, not half bad. I'm looking specifically for mending right now, just so that we can keep our tools alive. Ooh, that's a good one too. Silk Touch. Oh man, we're getting everything good around here. Why are the villagers cooperating so much today? As he gives me a Bane of Arthropods 1. Never mind, they're not cooperating very well. And back to the bookshelf trade. And I'm gonna sit here until you cooperate and give me mending. Oh my gosh, there we have it, and it's only 22 emeralds in a book. We can buy one, and then I'm out of emeralds because I still don't have a paper trade. But we have a mending book. I'm putting it on the Silk Touch pickaxe right now. Cowabunga! It's happy days, happy days, happy days, and we're still alive. Where is that little pickaxe? Hopefully he's not too expensive to repair. Right there, 29 durability left on the dude. We cut this close. Only 17 levels, but it's got mending. Oh, it's so good. Let me know a name for that pickaxe right there. What should we name it? For now, the name of the new game is generating emeralds off of some paper. So we've got to get a second librarian. If there's anything that you think that I should really be looking for, you could say, inside of these villager trades and everything like that, please be sure to let me know down in the comments below. But for now, Mr. Buddy Boy, you can head right back there to your brand new home in that corner. Yay, enjoy it. Have a great time. Now we've got lectern number 2 going down right there. And if we come over here and press button again, we should be getting a villager. And we do. And what do you got for me? Impaling 2. Not quite what I'm looking for. He really seems to like trident enchantments as well as fishing rod enchantments, and we can't really seem to get much else. We're starting to, oh, but there's, do we go for a third villager? I think we might have to do a third villager, because that is protection 4. That is very valuable to have, and we can buy that right now. Get ourselves a bookshelf. There we go, looting 3 for the sword, which we don't have yet, as well as a paper trade. So we're locking this guy in. You are our new emerald generator. And I should have brought the mending pickaxe with us so we could repair that thing. I left the farm running the entire time while I was over there gathering up all of the book trades and stuff and dealing with villagers, and we did not get very much sugarcane. That is for sure. We might be a little limited on how many books we can get today. Does bring us up to the prime amount of a little over 7 stacks, 8 stacks? That might be 9 stacks, 9.5. Which, coming back to this guy right now, we've got 10 emeralds currently, and I don't think it's gonna take us up too far on these, to be honest. Exactly, because he locked his trade at 18 emeralds. Sad day. We're up to 30 emeralds right now, which means we can get one more mending book for ourselves, and that might be it today. We have no more paper to be able to get. And you all let me know down in the comments below, what should we use this next mending book on? We've got all of our armor ready to go, and we've got all of the tools here ready to go. Maybe the Fortune 3 pickaxe? Let me know in the comments below on that one. Whatever is the most voted comment is what I will put the mending on. Yes, even if that's a hoe. Moving on from our lovely mending gentleman and all the other villagers that we got, we're actually headed right back over to the villager breeder area where I wanted to start working on our exit route for the villagers. As they're down here, they need to get into the city somewhere up in that direction. And I was thinking it might be worthwhile to take ourselves a few blocks this way. And then if we just hooked it straight to the left and saw where this pops us out going outside. Just as I worried, it was gonna put us out right into the sand. Where does this pop us out though? What are we looking at right here? Ooh, that's actually not a terrible position, because we're gonna have the gray concrete coming, light gray concrete coming all the way down here. And then we're kind of right here. And if we take these guys out along the edge of the cliff face, the reason why I was showing off the Flower Forest Village earlier in today's episode was because I want to use that same idea with how we were moving that minecart around, getting it all the way up to the top with how we're going to be moving these villagers up to the top as well. Back inside here real fast, the idea is that they would be brought out here to where we have an unpowered rail, which we could then flick on and power once we're done with them, sending them off to a second area where I think we might have another stopping point, maybe right about here, where we could have a zombie villager. This would be the point where we can decide if we want to cure them and get their trades really, really low. So if we do, we would unpower it and then they would stick here for a little while. Some stripped jungle logs coming inside of here, and we can start building a lot of these sections out. Where along here, I thought it would be worthwhile to bring in some of our jungle trapdoors and just inch it along the very edge for us with some regular rails. As it's going to be flat, we're not going to need too many of these guys. We've made it all the way from down there, winding our way up through this point, and one of my favorite things about these rails is that this point right here is I can actually close that so it looks like the trapdoor is hanging against the wall and the rail is actually still going to be there. Granted, we can walk through it because rails aren't blocks you can walk on top of, but it is kind of a cool detail that the minecart will still track the rail and go all the way up here. At the final bend now, if we want to drop them off at the front lower area, but then they can't actually walk inside if I remember correctly. So I think we might need to bring ourselves out right here one more time, doing this and redirecting these guys up just a touch farther. This is slowly growing into a project that you guys keep being like, man, just a little bit more, just a little bit more. It'll be fine. Just a touch more. Obviously, if we ever need to, we can redirect this thing later on. But for now, this should be totally fine to get ourselves all the way up here. And I think the one last lever we need is going to be that guy right there. And now we just have 2 or 3 more blocks to go. We have no more powered rails. And for now, since we don't have the observatory built up, let's just take it around the corner and drop him off at this point. That'll be okay, right? Accidentally left another villager loose. He's just going to be over there chilling on the outside of the glass tube. But what we can do is bring our own inside of here, place it on top of this guy, flip the lever, and shoot off going upwards. And hopefully this is going to take us all the way to the top. I think it will. That was probably the steepest point that we had, bringing ourselves all the way around here. A little flashy, but it does make it. The villagers, doesn't matter if they're flashing for them. It'll be totally fine. That is awesome. Making it a little bit more mob safe for us for now, adding a few torches out here so we don't have to worry about anybody walking inside and messing with our villagers. But with that one right there, my friends, we now have a mending villager. We have a villager transportation system to get them all the way up into the city, which we'll be working on some more in the next episode. Let me know what buildings you want to be seeing first. And we've also got our fantastic sugarcane farm built up in today's episode. Thank you all so very much for watching. Click that like button down below if you did enjoy. Subscribe if you are brand new, my friends. We are speeding towards 500,000 subscribers, and that is insane. Thank you for all the support, my friends. And with that, I will catch you on the flip side.